Well, there was a preacher giving his Sunday's sermon, and it was about forgiving your enemies. Well, after a long sermon, he asked how many people in the church were willing to forgive their enemies. About half the people raised their hand. Well, he wasn't satisfied, so he went on for about another 20 minutes and said, "All right, how many of you are willing to forgive your enemies?" Well, this time about 80% people raised their hand. Well, he was still pretty unsatisfied, so he went on for another 15 minutes. Of course, everybody in the church wanted to go home by now, so he asked again, and everybody raised their hand except for one old lady in the back. "Miss Johnson, are you not willing to forgive your enemies?" he said. She said, "I don't have any." "Ah, come on, that's pretty unusual. How old are you?" "Well, I'm 93. "Ah, Miss Johnson, why don't you come on up here and tell the congregation how a person can live to be 93 and not have a single enemy in the entire world?" So the little old lady walked up the aisle, turned around very slowly, and said, "It's easy. I just outlived all those bitches." There were two friends, a blonde and a redhead, and they were walking down the street and passed by a flower shop when the redhead sees her boyfriend inside buying flowers. The redhead says, "Aw, crap, my boyfriend's buying me flowers again." The blonde looked at her and says, "What, you don't like getting flowers from your boyfriend?" The redhead said, "I love getting flowers, but he always has expectations after giving me flowers, and I just don't feel like spending the next 3 days on my back with my legs in the air." The blonde looks at her and says, "Wait, I'm confused. You don't have a vase?"